Hello everybody! In this video we are going to learn puff stitch. In this case, a less common version of it, puff stitch with a secured top. It is pretty much the same puff stitch, it just has one more step to complete. It is a little bit longer, just a little bit longer than our usual puff stitch. And it looks like this from front, and like this, I would say a little bit puffier from the back. This is right side, this is wrong side, but I would in this case I wouldn't call them this way because I think they both look nice, and it's just a matter of personal preference which side do you like best. So let's make them together. For this swatch, I had made a base of foundation half double crochet. You can choose foundation single crochet or double crochet, or whichever you prefer, or you can chain and make sure you make some foundation of stitches that is any number, just odd number. Make sure it's odd number. This is I made 21 foundation half double crochet. You can choose any number of stitches, make sure it's odd number. Prepare your base row and let's start. Chain 2 for the beginning, for the first one, yarn over and insert your hook in the first stitch. It's the same stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop. Pull it just a little bit high, like as if you were making half double crochet. Puff stitch is actually a few half double crochet together. It can be 2, 3, 4, 5 half double crochet together, made in one stitch, in the same stitch. So 1, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop on the same height. This will be 2, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop on the same height. This will be 3. So in this case we'll be making 3 half double crochet together in the same stitch. Now we have 7 loops on hook. One, the original one, and 6 from 3 yarn overs and 3 loops, as if it were half double crochet. Now yarn over and pull yarn through 6 loops. Now we have 2 loops on hook left. Yarn over and pull yarn through these 2 remaining loops. This is the secured top. So this secured top is the main difference from our common puff stitch. Let's chain 1 just to have them separated, you could see them better. And let's make a few more together. Skip next stitch just to have these puff stitches a little bit far apart, just to have them apart from each other. It will be easier to see them. Yarn over, insert your hook in this stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop 2 more times, yarn over, insert your hook in the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook in the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, all in the same height, 7 loops on hook, yarn over, pull through 6 loops, leaving 2 loops on hook, and let's complete this stitch by doing yarn over and pulling yarn through this remaining 2 loops. This extra step makes this stitch a little bit taller because of these loops. So it's longer than our common puff stitch. Okay, let's chain 1, skip next stitch, make another puff stitch in next, yarn over, insert your hook in this stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, do it 2 more times, yarn over, insert your hook in this same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook again in the same stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw yarn through 6 loops, we have 2 more loops on hook left, yarn over, and draw yarn through these 2 remaining loops to complete the stitch. Here's our puff stitch with a secured top. It is not as floppy as the usual one and a bit longer. Now let's make 1 more together, and then I will go off, finish the row off camera. Chain 1, skip this stitch, and next puff stitch will go here. Let me finish the row off camera and I will be back with you. I am back. I'm almost done with this row and I have 1 more stitch left. Make sure to place your last stitch and last puff stitch in the, don't miss this last stitch from previous row. Might be a little bit tricky, especially if it's your first row. Turn and chain 1, and let's make this single crochet row just to separate them. First single crochet in this first stitch on top of this puff stitch. Next single crochet goes in this chain 1 space. Next one goes on top of the puff stitch. And single crochet in this chain 1 space. I will finish the row off camera and we'll be back. I'm back and I have 2 more stitches left at the end of the row. Let's single crochet in this chain 1 space and make sure you don't miss this puff stitch. Place your single crochet in the top of this puff stitch. These are our 2 chains, 2 turning chains, and this is the top of the stitch. Place your last single crochet here, and now we should have again 21 single crochet since our base row was 21. Turn, and we continue with this pattern, making our puff stitches and then separating them with single crochet rows. Let's start one more together. Chain 2. This is our first starting puff stitch. Yarn over, insert your hook in this first stitch, just where you started your turning chain. Pull yarn through 6 loops. You have 2 more left. Yarn over and draw yarn through last 2 loops on the hook. Now chain 1, skip next single crochet, yarn over. Gonna be placing next puff stitch in here in this single crochet. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop and 2 more times. Yarn over, draw yarn through 6 loops. You have 2 more loops remaining on hook. Yarn over, draw yarn through these 2 loops to complete the stitch. And now we continue with the pattern. Chain 1, skip next single crochet and place your next puff stitch in next single crochet. And don't forget, at the end of the row, make sure you place your last puff stitch in the last single crochet. Don't miss it. If you're not sure, always count your stitches. After you completed the row, count your stitches. It should be the same amount of single crochet as your base row, and this way you will have straight edges. This pattern, puff stitches alternate with the chains between and separated with single crochet rows, make this pretty lacy pattern. It can be used for different things like lacy scarf or a wrap or even decorative lacy blanket. This is a back side. It's a little bit different, more puffy. I think they're both sides are pretty. If you're gonna use it for scarf, you might need it wider. If you're gonna use it for wrap, even wider. Just make sure you make your base row an odd number of stitches. I will place the link to the video tutorial for foundation single crochet stitch. If you want to go and do that, foundation single crochet, I will place it down there in the description of the video. And thank you for watching.